Hello, all you lovely people watching at home. It's Halloween. You know what that means. Much better. Have you ever had sleep paralysis? For those of you who don't know, sleep paralysis is a state where the victim thinks that they're conscious wherever they fell asleep, but they can't willingly move a single part of their body. This doesn't seem horrible at first, but here's the thing. You're still asleep during sleep paralysis, which leads to most cases having to do with nightmares seeping into what seems like reality. As for me, I have had sleep paralysis. In fact, I was so freaked out by it that I woke up and actually typed it on December 27th, 2016, days before my birthday. Neat. Get ready, because I'm about to read my most horrifying experience. Yes, this was much scarier than last year's Halloween story. And one last thing, keep in mind that it starts off as a dream, then I think I wake up, but it's actually sleep paralysis. You know what, you'll see it in the video. Just cut to the story! I can't recall what happened before then, but I was in my school band auditorium getting ready for a concert. I play percussion, by the way. Just wanted to point that out. That's the drums, alright? Knew someone was gonna ask. I know something happened before then, but it was nothing major at all, not memorable enough for me to remember. But we went on stage, and just as I was getting ready to play, I saw behind a curtain a very tall man with long hair covering his face. Some of the curtain was covering his body, and he moved the curtain a little more to cover himself up. But then, he disappeared, vanished into thin air. I freaked out and ran away as soon as possible. It felt very real because when I finally looked back, I saw some people who also ran, because they saw the man as well. Now there were news reporters for some reason, I guess because people disappearing totally isn't normal or whatever. I was going to talk to them because I saw what happened, but then I looked down and I only had underwear on for God knows why. So I started heading back to the music room to retrieve clothes. Okay, I promise I won't cut the story off again after this. Just wanted to say that I had a lot of dreams of me showing up to school without pants or even without underwear. I have no clue why, but that's actually a lot more stressful than you'd think it'd be. Okay? Not fun. Okay, back to the story. As I was walking back, it felt like the longest walk ever because for some reason I took the long way. I kept pausing because the man kept reappearing and disappearing over and over, but I just thought it was a figment of my imagination at that point. I finally got to my pants, put them on, and people walked into the room. I tried to talk to them about the man I saw before, but they instead point out that my belt is on the floor. So I go to put my belt on, and then I wake up. That was the dream. Or so I think. It turns out that I was still asleep. Sort of. I looked around, very confused. Not to mention the whole pants situation earlier, I still have no clue what that was about. And I even saw my cat Spike laying next to me, which he was still in that position when I actually woke up, so I must have been somewhat awake. But then, I turned to see the man in my nightmares standing above me, staring into my soul. That gave me the biggest jump I've ever experienced in my life, but at this point, I was also really angry. I was ready to sock the guy across the face, so I tried to lift my arm, but I couldn't move. I couldn't even move my head anymore. My body was frozen. I was in sleep paralysis. I finally gained mobility, and although sluggish, I attempt to punch the man, but he disappeared right before my fist was about to hit his face. I got up as quickly as possible, but I was still slow from the paralysis. I turned the corner to my staircase and the stairs start to extend longer. I leapt off my feet, and I tried to sprint down the stairs, but tripped and began plummeting towards the ground. The man appeared at the bottom of the stairs, blinking in and out of existence with lights flickering. I plummet faster and faster. And then I jumped awake, in the exact same setting as I thought I was in before. The only difference was that the man was gone. Okay, that's enough with the announcer voice. I genuinely jumped upwards when I woke up too, something I've never done before. I thought that kind of stuff happened in TV shows and movies, but I guess it really happens. Luckily, I knew exactly what sleep paralysis was, and I was both in disbelief and excitement. I just experienced something most people don't ever experience in their life. I also think it's justified to say that I was more scared in this Halloween story than the last time. Last time I said that story was the most scary experience of my life, but 2 months later I had this happen to me. And it won the most scary experience by a long shot. Watch the other one if you haven't already. But for the record, there's a difference between thinking someone is in my house at night to, I don't know, Oh my god, there's a man standing above me, I can't move, he's gonna murder me! Despite all that, I'm actually happy it happened to me. Because not only is it a great story, but it's something I'll never forget. Thanks for watching. Not to mention the whole pants situation earlier. I still have no clue what that was about.